Welcome back, and joining us on the show now is Suvaanker Sen from Senco. Suvaanker, hi, and many congratulations, because since the IPO, you've done a metaverse. You also have been the first company to get into the ONDC network, and now you've debuted on the Deloitte Luxury Good Index as well. So clearly, string of successes here. What does it mean to be on the luxury index, one? And two, what is that you see as a buying opportunity and trends coming in for India?
No, see, it's been a wonderful journey. I think that each and every milestone and achievements that as an organization, as a brand, as a team that we are achieving is the efforts that is being put over so many years. And at the time of putting the effort, it's not that you're thinking of achieving certain targets and goals. It's all about improving yourself and trying your best to give the best to the customer. But then I guess that it's the investors, it's the industry at large, it's the the people who are observing and analyzing the markets. They are appreciating the efforts that are being put. And the best part about this global luxury brand list that Deloitte has come up with, if you look at it, there are 100 companies that are being mentioned, and out of that there are about 7 companies that are being mentioned from our country, India. So it really gives me a lot of pride that there are 7 companies and we are one of those companies mentioned. But the more important thing as the jewelry industry is that all the 7 companies that are mentioned from India comes from the jewelry sector. So while we from the sector are aware that this has been a sector which is very close to the heart of the Indian consumer since our great-grandmother's time, it's always been considered as a Sridhan, the wealth of the women. So it just means so much more, the women empowerment aspect, the luxury aspect. So it's just not, as we say, that gold is an investment, but it is also an adornment. And now it's been considered as a luxury product across the world.
Suvaanker, when we look at 2022, I mean, that is when we saw 30% growth when it came to jewelry as a sector. 2023 has been, a gain in spurts there. But as we look at 2024, what's your sense on the buying demand trends?
So, see, 2022 was a year post-COVID where we saw a Y-shaped recovery. The pent-up demand that was there because of the slowdown, lockdown, whatever you call it. People wanted to do their marriages, and the feeling of claustrophobia sitting in their houses. They wanted to fulfill their desires, their needs. So that was 2022, leading to a 30-35% growth. 2023 was a year of, I guess, stability. People were getting back to their normal life. Travel had become a big thing, so people, rather than consuming, were trying to look for experiences, look for spending time with family, do things which they couldn't do before. And again, when we look at 2024, if you look at our 9 months numbers, for us at Senco, we've grown by about 26% year on year compared to last year. There are certain factors. One is that the hallmarking being mandatory. Consumers have come back, giving their old gold jewelry that was lying with them. They wanted to change it for new designs, new concepts, new kinds of jewelry, new categories. So I guess that was one of the drivers that helped the industry to grow against the exchange of old jewelry. And other than that, there were 35 lakhs marriages during Q3 and Q4. I guess that was a demand that really helped the industry to move forward, to supply not only for the bridal jewelry, but even for gifting, for the other family members to buy their jewelry. So I guess all put together for us, we saw a 26% growth. And I guess that many such players have shown growth for the industry for 2024. But going forward, what we look in the future years, if we really look at it, now coming 6 months, at one end, we are seeing that there are not too many weddings. The weddings are all in the Q3 and 4. But at the same time, there is a possibility that the gold prices might go up. There is a lot of geopolitical tensions. The US elections are in the November of next year. You can see the war still going on in Middle East and Russia. Very recently, US has given our country the responsibility to do self-declaration for the diamonds that we're exporting to them, which might help the diamond industry overall. But still, anytime the flaring up will happen, oil prices might go up, which lead to increase in gold prices. So a lot of weddings that might happen in the future, consumers might look for the best price to start buying, and the buying can happen in the Q1, Q2. So the Akshaya Tritiya is coming in month of May. So there are auspicious days also happening. So I'm sure that we will continue to focus on a level of growth like in the past, in the coming year as well.
Would be interesting to get a price view as well, because when you look at 2022, gold prices almost ended flat and diamond prices saw a very sharp decline. It was by the end of the year that we saw the prices of both of these categories actually gain up. But from here on for 2024, as a jeweler of big repute, a listed company as well, how are you pricing in gold and silver prices and diamond for this year?
Right. So the diamond prices, especially the bigger size diamond, that took a hit because, US is going through a slowdown. We have also seen in China, there is a lot of slowdown happening. And, the government of China is taking a lot of steps to, make sure that the markets and the people at large are not facing so much challenges. But it's all led to the slowdown in terms of demand of diamond, and that's leading. But for India, for that matter, if we really look at it, that we have grown 27% year on year in terms of the volume of diamond jewelry. So, consumers in India are looking at buying more of 14 karat, 18 karat gold jewelry studded with diamonds. And, it goes with the fashion, it goes with the lifestyle. So while globally, I think that now steps are being taken, like I said, that the US government has allowed Indian manufacturers to self-declare that, yes, their diamonds are not anything to connected with Russia. So that those things will all build on trust, and the demand for diamond jewelry in the coming year will go up, and the prices will stabilize and be on the upward trend. That is one part when it comes to diamonds. When it comes to gold, at one side we have the geopolitical tensions. If the crude oil price goes up because of the Middle East war or Ukraine war, then these will all lead to increase in gold prices. The Fed interest rate cut is something that is a matter of time. It is whether it's going to happen in June or in October or whenever. But at the same time, we must not forget that the banking crisis in the US, there's already one or two banks that are facing trouble. Their margins are on the decline. They are in talks that commercial real estate in the US is going through its challenges, which will ultimately impact the bank. So these kind of financial crises always leads to increase in gold prices because of the uncertainty.
Okay, that